Hey guys, welcome to the Tar Series 7. Today I'm reviewing this, which is the DC Multiverse Batman of Earth Earth negative 32. And yeah, it's really cool. We got a nice review and package up. This version of the character is referred to as the Dawnbreaker. Kind of weird that they're putting the Batmans of different Earths instead of their name. I guess maybe they want people to know it's Batman. It might be a copyright issue. Either way, it's kind of weird. But we got a nice review of him in package. We have 12 up. We have McFarlane Toys. We have Batman, negative Earth 32 there, Dark Knight's Metal, and then we got a nice picture of the artwork on the back here. And yeah, let's open this up. So we have the trading card for the Dawnbreaker, and as you can see, it looks pretty cool. And then on the back, we have the data file, or I guess you could call the whole thing the data file, but it's pretty cool and gives you some information on him and basically how he came to be. He's a version of Batman that ended up with a Green Lantern ring, and it didn't go so well because he's kind of like evil in this universe. Either way, he just looks so cool. Like, look at this. I mean, the design of this action figure is just amazing, and it really captures the look from that comic and very nicely. And you can see you got the little Green Lantern emblem over the bat emblem. I love that. And then you've got his head, which is pretty cool. He's kind of like in this kind of like angry looking kind of expression, and you can see he's kind of like gritting his teeth a little bit. He's got those green eyes. It almost looks like the cowl is like an actual kind of like cowl mask. But the rest of the suit kind of looks more like an armor. And it's got this nice little bit of detailing that kind of like goes through this little chest piece here. You can see almost like wiring and a lot of wires on this guy. He's got wires going down his neck, but it just looks pretty cool actually. And then he's got these ones on his ears, which gonna make, moving a little hard, but, not too bad. And then you have more of that, which continues and kind of is like rubbery plastic, by the way, but it still looks really cool. And then you have some green here, and I love the green belt itself. And then you again have more of those wires. And then moving down, it's like mostly black, but it has some really nice cuts in it too. So you do have some molded detail going on there. And it looks pretty good. And then at the boots, they look really good as well. It's a metallic green, and it just looks really nicely. Now, his hand, like, they didn't really paint the ring, but it's kind of small, to be honest. It's kind of hard to see. But it is molded on there, and it does look pretty good. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. And going over articulation real quickly, we got a 360 at the head. It can look up and down, but you gotta remember the wires do prevent it from doing kind of the full 360, but you can still kind of move it around, and it's definitely one of those that would have. And it does have good range, like in the movement as well. So you got 360 arms, swing out the shoulder, 360 there, and double joint elbows, which are really nice. We don't see a lot of double joint elbows on these. You have 360 wrists, and they're on hinges, and they've said the reason for that is they just don't want the figures to look weird. And I'll be honest, there are some figures in this series that would look weird if they had double joint elbows. And then you got that articulation joint, which allows them to move back and forth from side to side. And then the legs forwards, backwards, and outwards. You have double jointed knees, which are nice. And then you have the feet, which rotate and move side to side. And you also have the toe articulation, which is pretty cool. And yeah. As for accessories, you get this green bat construct, and it looks really cool. It's like this darkish green. It's this giant bat, and then you have what kind of almost looks like vines going around it too, with these two smaller bats, and it just looks really neat. And as you can see, it definitely looks really cool with it. Love that little construct that they included, and it's just so unique too. It's not like one bat, it's like these three little bats. And it really looks like it's actually shooting out of his ring, and it just looks so cool. I love the design that they did here. And you get a flight stand with this action figure, which is pretty cool. I like these flight stands. They're kind of like more on the cheaper side, but honestly, for $20 with a flight stand included, I just think that's awesome. And for some reason, every time I look at these, I just feel like they are something different about them, mainly because they've only done 3. But either way, this one just feels different. Like, the logo's big, but I don't know, the other ones might be that way. And yeah. And here's an image of, or picture, or video clip. Don't know why I want to say picture, but here's Green Lantern on the flight stand, and as you can see, it's pretty cool. And in case you don't want him flying, you do get the option to make this a regular stand. All these flight stands have a little dot there, so if you want that option, you can do that, which is pretty cool. And yeah, just overall, he looks really cool on the flight stand, and I love when they release the flight stands with these. Here's Dawnbreaker beside the animated John Stewart that they released earlier in this year. Here's Dawnbreaker beside the Batman Who Laughs, and I love that McFarlane is attempting to do all of these. I think that's just so cool. And here's both of them beside Devastator. And again, I love that McFarlane is trying to attempt to do that from all of these from Dark Knight Metals. And they just look great together. And I think they've done a really good job here. I really like this Dawnbreaker. He's cool. He's unique. He's not a Batman we've seen a million times before. And I know, like I said, people or in previous videos, like I've said, people are complaining about the multiple Batmans. And I agree it would be cool if they branched out a little bit, but I'm glad they're at least doing Batmans like this. Batmans that haven't been made before. And I just think it's really cool. Thank you for watching. Please rate, like, and subscribe.